behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a great interview coming up for you shortly. But before we begin, don't forget about the subscribe button and bell buttons below you there. And anytime you click those, you'll be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And feel free to leave a comment on the comment section. And we'd love to hear from you there. And also check the description part of the interview because we'll have contact info for you. And check the closing credits for contact info again there. So stay tuned for that. From Montreal, Quebec, Canada, we have Charles Vaccaro with us today. Very awesome artist, I think you're going to agree. And we'll get to that in a second, but first here's a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show and TLC Travel Agency. So don't go away, we'll be right back right after this.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, we have Charles Vaccaro with us today. Thanks for joining us, Charles.
Likewise. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Well, let's start by the obvious question I asked. How did it all begin for you as far as music goes? I mean, have you always wanted to be an artist since you were a little kid, or did it go much deeper than that? I mean, tell us in your own words. We'd love to hear.
Well, I go as far back remembering I wanted to play guitar maybe at 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, I don't know, I was naturally born a musician, but I didn't start till much later. Yeah, my parents weren't so much into the music in the house. So, I started more as a teenager, around 13 years old. Yeah. That's when I started playing guitar at 13 years old, and I was also playing trumpet in high school in music class. So that's where my musical journey began.
Oh, okay. Well, that's that's quite a story there.
Which was like 1982.
Yeah, that's quite a story there. I hope you'll have many years ahead of you in the music game. Well, tell us about some of your influences. I mean, I know you probably have a few people that you looked up to when you were growing up that helped you become the artist you are today.
Yeah, well, when I started, as a young boy, before I started playing, I was exposed, through my uncle Leo. He was a 70s guy, so he introduced me to Hendrix. He introduced me to Santana, Billy Joel. And that kind of music, Frank Marino, who's also from Montreal. and then, you know, as I got into my teens, it was funny because I wanted to be like a rock guitar player. You know, so one of my biggest influences still today is Jimmy Page. I was a big Zeppelin fan, but I was also a Police fan, you know. So you know, it went, you know, it's still rock, but it wasn't like heavy rock. So you know, I have a vast liking for a lot of stuff. So, you know, it went from Zeppelin to the Police to Michael Jackson, you know, and of course the Beatles, the Who, the Stones, you know, all those guys. And then in the 80s, of course, we were introduced to the almighty Bon Jovi, and the hair metal came in. And by then, before that, we were kind of starting to listen to Night Ranger and early Dawkins, which was almost like an import here in Montreal. I'm talking like 84, 85. And then when Slippery When Wet came out, that's when, you know, and at that time, Kiss was also doing that kind of hair metal stuff, you know? So that, you know, and that's where it started with me. So my dream at that time was to be a heavy metal guitar player. So that's where the journey began with my band that started at about 85, and the band was called Lipstick.
Yeah, that's quite a range of bands there. You know, you mentioned Billy Joel and Hendrix and all those. You know, some great legends there.
Yeah.
And well, we'll be watching your video in just a couple of minutes. But before we do, tell everybody where we can find more of your stuff. I mean, is it all streaming? Do you have official website, social media? I mean, tell us about all that.
I have well, I'm on all streaming platforms, of course, Spotify, Apple. You know, there's Deezer, there's you know, Amazon, all the ones there. You know, now there's a YouTube channel for music as well, under my artist name Charles V. ROX Rocks Vaccaro. I also have a YouTube channel, and I have a website page called, you know, www.charlesvroxvaccaro.com. And there you'll find all the links to where you could find my music, or you could go on a tab and watch the videos there. Yeah, so I you know, I've been releasing music since you know, a bit before COVID. I got back into releasing songs I wrote that I didn't want to keep in my hard drive anymore, and because, you know, we were shut down for a while, it gave me a bit of time to collect my thoughts and you know, start working on my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, go to those favorite streaming sites of yours, and I know you're going to find Charles there, and check out his website and social media and so forth. And I know he's really going to love you for that. And Torn to Pieces is the name of this video. Do you have a story behind this song? We'd love to hear it.
Yes. Well, I've been releasing a series of country influenced music per se. We went that direction because they were, you know, I write a lot of acoustic stuff, and it always has that 80s edge, but, you know, a lot of 80s rock classics that are acoustic driven are actually, you know, could actually be country songs, you know, like Dead or Alive, or Every Rose Has Its Thorn. You know, you know, there's a million of them I can't really think of right now. And and so I wrote a lot of I've been writing a lot of songs on my acoustic, and my songs are usually about life experiences of people, real stories, not real stories, they're all real stories, but I mean real life experiences. So if you go listen to the other stuff, you'll hear it. But Torn to Pieces is really about a guy who doesn't have a good life, and he doesn't really help himself, and you know, he's kind of, you know, I guess the scenario would be in a bar or in a room, and he's trying to get the attention of maybe the hottest girl in the room, or the girl of his dreams, but she doesn't even know he's there, you know. So lyrically, that's where it goes, and that's the story of Torn to Pieces. So no matter how hard he tries to change his life, he doesn't succeed in getting this girl.
Mm. Okay, well, it is a great song. I've heard it a couple times already, and
Thank you.
And I know everybody out there, I know you're going to love it too. We'll get to that in a second. But Charles, we want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. Maybe we'll have you back on sometime.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And here it is, Torn to Pieces by Charles Vaccaro. It begins right now.
I thought you were still inside. You know?
I've been riding on this dark horse, baby. I've been searching for a pot of gold. I've been running around in crazy circles, waiting for someone to rescue me. Feeling torn inside, every day is do or die. Got myself beat up, there's nothing I can do. I see there's nothing left for me. I've been looking for someone that can set me free.